Welcome to Legend Stories channel. Today I will tell you about the story of the three axes. Let's get started. Long, long ago, in a quiet little village surrounded by deep green forests, there lived a kind and humble woodcutter. Every morning, before the sun rose, he carried his worn-out iron axe and walked into the woods. His axe was old and rusty, but it was his most precious possession, the tool that helped him earn his bread day by day. He never complained, never wished for wealth. All he wanted was enough firewood to sell so he could feed his family and live in peace. One afternoon, while cutting trees near a sparkling river, the woodcutter's hand suddenly slipped. With a sharp splash, his only axe flew out of his grasp and sank deep into the rushing water. He gasped in despair and tried to reach into the river, but the current was far too strong. Exhausted and heartbroken, he sat by the river bank, his eyes filled with tears. "My only axe, my only hope. It's gone," he murmured, his voice trembling in the quiet forest air. Just then, the surface of the river began to shimmer. A radiant light rose from beneath the water, and out came the water god, majestic, glowing, and gentle in spirit. "Why are you crying, young man?" the water god asked kindly. The woodcutter knelt and replied, "Oh, great spirit, I lost my only axe in this river. Without it, I cannot work, and without work, I cannot survive." The water god nodded in understanding. "Stay here, I will help you." The river rippled again, and from its depths, the water god emerged holding a shining golden axe. "Is this the one you lost?" he asked. The woodcutter looked at it in awe, then shook his head. "No, sir. Mine was made of iron, not gold." The water god smiled softly and disappeared once more beneath the waves. Moments later, he returned with a silver axe that gleamed in the sunlight. "Perhaps this is yours?" he asked again. But the honest man bowed and said, "No, this is not mine either. My axe was plain and old." Finally, the water god rose from the river one last time, holding a simple iron axe. The woodcutter's face lit up with joy. "Yes, that's mine, my faithful old axe." The water god laughed with delight. "You have proven yourself honest and true. As a reward, I grant you all three, the golden, the silver, and your iron axe." The woodcutter bowed deeply, his heart overflowing with gratitude. When he returned to the village, the people were astonished. Children ran beside him, pointing at the shiny axes, while elders gathered to hear his tale. But despite his new riches, the woodcutter remained the same, humble, kind, and generous. He helped those in need and never boasted of his fortune. His honesty became the pride of the entire village. Not far away, another woodcutter heard the story. Unlike the honest man, this one was greedy and lazy. "If that fool got 3 axes just by crying," he muttered, "then I'll do the same." The next day, he went to the river, threw his axe into the water, and began to wail loudly. Soon, the water god appeared again. "Why are you crying?" he asked. The greedy man shouted quickly, "I lost my axe. Please help me." The water god dove into the river and returned with a golden axe. "Is this yours?" he asked. Without a moment's thought, the man grabbed it and exclaimed, "Yes, that's mine." The water god frowned. His voice grew stern. "You are not honest. You lied for greed." In an instant, the golden axe vanished, and so did the man's real iron axe. The river went still once more, leaving the greedy woodcutter empty-handed and ashamed. Word of the two woodcutters spread across the land. Children learned it as a bedtime story, and parents told it to remind them of what truly matters. 3 axes, gold, silver, and iron, became a timeless symbol of truth and virtue. For in the end, wealth fades, but honesty shines forever. And so, the legend of the 3 axes reminds us all, be honest in heart, and good fortune will find its way to you. Story ended. Thank you everyone.